Meghan Markle appears to have reached a decisive moment in her long and complicated relationship with the British royal family, as reports suggest she is no longer willing to remain quiet or restrained in the face of what she perceives as ongoing hostility. According to those close to the situation, Meghan feels that her years of composure and self-control have been misunderstood as weakness, and she is now ready to assert herself more openly if circumstances demand it. This shift marks a notable change in how she plans to navigate future interactions with the monarchy. Since stepping back from royal duties, Meghan has largely avoided direct confrontation, choosing instead to focus on building a new life in the United States with Prince Harry and their children. However, insiders claim that her patience is worn thin, particularly regarding one senior royal whom she believes has repeatedly undermined her efforts to move forward peacefully. Meghan reportedly feels that attempts to remain polite and distant have failed to stop what she sees as subtle provocations and behind-the-scenes maneuvering. At the heart of the issue is Meghan's belief that her silence and restraint were misread, rather than being seen as maturity or emotional intelligence. She feels her approach was interpreted as fear or submission. This perception has reportedly pushed her to reconsider how she presents herself publicly and privately. Meghan is said to want it to be clear that she is no longer willing to accept behavior she considers disrespectful, even if addressing it risks criticism. The possibility of Meghan returning to the United Kingdom has added another layer of tension. Any visit would depend on security arrangements for her family, an issue that has remained unresolved and emotionally charged. The uncertainty surrounding protection has not only complicated travel plans, but also reinforced Meghan's belief that she and her family are not being treated with the care or seriousness they deserve. This has strengthened her resolve to protect her boundaries. Sources suggest that if Meghan does return to UK, she intends to do so on her own terms, rather than attempting to blend quietly into the background. She is said to plan to carry herself with confidence and self-assurance. This does not necessarily mean open confrontation, but it does mean she will no longer lower her head or tolerate subtle slights. Her aim, according to those familiar with her thinking, is dignity rather than drama. The tension is also closely tied to broader family dynamics involving Prince Harry. While Harry reportedly maintains complex feelings about his relationship with the royal institution, Meghan is believed to be more skeptical about the possibility of meaningful reconciliation. She has allegedly expressed concern that any attempt to reconnect could expose old wounds and reopen cycles of criticism and blame that she has worked hard to leave behind. Meghan's stance is not just personal, but symbolic of a wider struggle many public figures face when balancing self-respect with expectations of silence. Throughout her time as a working royal, she was frequently criticized for being outspoken, ambitious, or unwilling to conform. Supporters argue that these traits were unfairly framed as negative, while critics insist they clash with traditional royal norms. Meghan's refusal to play Meek can be seen as a rejection of those restrictive expectations. Public opinion remains sharply divided. Some see Meghan's evolving approach as empowering, interpreting it as a woman reclaiming control after years of intense scrutiny. Others argue that a more assertive posture could further strain already fragile relationships and provoke harsher media coverage. Meghan herself is reportedly aware of these risks, but feels that continuing to suppress her voice will be more damaging in the long run. Beyond royal matters, Meghan has focused on building a life centered on purpose and independence. Her work in media, philanthropy, and advocacy reflects her desire to define herself beyond royal titles. These projects are often described as extensions of her values, emphasizing compassion, empowerment, and storytelling. This focus has reinforced her belief that she no longer needs approval from an institution that, in her view, failed to support her during difficult times. The emotional toll of past experiences continues to influence Meghan's decisions. She has previously spoken about feeling isolated and misunderstood, experiences that have shaped her approach to both public and private life. Insiders say that her current mindset prioritizes emotional safety, not only for herself but also for her children. Any interaction with the royal family is now weighed against its potential impact on her family's well-being. Meanwhile, Prince Harry is said to be navigating his own internal conflict. While he values his independence and supports Meghan's boundaries, he also carries a deep connection to his family and heritage. This difference in perspective has required careful communication between the couple as they determine how, or if, to engage with royal life in the future. Ultimately, Meghan Markle's reported decision to stop playing Meek reflects a broader transformation. It is not simply about standing up to a particular individual, but about redefining how she allows herself to be treated. By refusing to let restraint be mistaken for fear, Meghan appears determined to protect her dignity and agency, even if doing so invites criticism. Whether this approach leads to confrontation, distance, or eventual understanding remains uncertain. But one thing is clear: Meghan no longer intends to silence herself for the sake of keeping the peace.